how's it going? Today's beer is actually also from Ontario, so as I promised in my last review, I'm going to review a few more. Now, when Jason Fishbrew 21, when he gave me a list of good microbrews from the province that I should probably pick up if I can find, he listed this beer in the to avoid kind of section, and it didn't quite settle in my mind until I came back and realized that he didn't, his advice came to beer. Nevertheless, I've only got a bottle of this one. Looked quite nice in the liquor store, so I thought I might as well try it out. And the beer is called AntiGravity Light Ale by Robert Simpson Brewing Company, and this is a kind of microbrewery in Barrie, which is only about an hour drive away from north of Toronto. In fact, I've passed through the city a few times, I think, and they don't have that many beers sold in the Toronto area. So this is one of the two, I think one of the three. But the reason I bought this is a light lager. It's only 4% ABV, right? So wouldn't expect much from that. But the thing is, they claim that this is, an all-natural craft brew light ale that actually has flavor. Now, this is for us to find out whether this beer is actually worth the try or not. Now, before we open the bottle, let's read the back. So, meet AntiGravity, an all-natural craft brewed light ale that actually has flavor. Not too watery hoppy. We think it's the perfect beer for lawn mowing, hammock lounging, horseshoe pitching, and stargazing. That's quite clever, I think. Let someone else run the planet today, enjoy the ride for a while. It also says do not use your teeth to open the cap. Now, this is not a twist off. Another thing I have to notice about the bottle is that I suppose this is the type of the bottle they use in many of the modern American craft brews, so like Magic Hats, I think, Salentier. I've seen a lot of reviews from Chad, from Jeremy, from Jay, and a lot of the brews actually use these bottles, which I think are nicer than the conventional old-fashioned ones anyway. Now let's open the bottle, tie off cap, nice and easy. Then I'll be using this glass for this review. I have to actually hurry up because it's getting dark outside, so I don't want to see the beer. Oh, that looks very, very pale. Looks like Budweiser. Looks like some of the European macro lagers as well. Really fizzy white head, really kind of soapy, and it's very, very carbonated. In fact, this is looks like any carbonated, soft beverage, something like that. It's bright. Holding it to the light, I don't know if you can see it. It's very, very pale. Just a tad cloudy, so it's not entirely transparent. Maybe it's because of the carbonation, but it doesn't look all that great to me. Let's smell it now. Actually, it smells quite nice. It's the hops are kind of faint, but you get a nice kind of fruitiness, maybe apple, pear. Kind of smells like a cider, actually. Yeah, that reminds me of a cider. Nothing much to it. I mean, like, has a nice fruitiness, nice, very faint hops, and even faint malts. So let's try this light ale. Let's see if it's actually got any flavor. Don't know. I wouldn't quite agree with the brewers, but it's not entirely too bad either. Tastes like a light beer essentially, not that distinctively different. But at the same time, it tastes. You don't really taste any adjuncts or any cheap ingredients in it. So I guess they use proper hops. They don't add any, like, it doesn't smell of rice, doesn't taste like rice or corn or anything like that, so I guess at least you can give them credit for that. But overall, it's a very kind of vague flavour. Maybe that's why Jason didn't particularly like it. Could be a good summer beer, I'm thinking right now, but the combination is actually not too bad when you drink it. It doesn't really set you off or anything like that. Actually, it does have a little bit of a corn taste to it. I don't know if they're actually using corn in the process, but which I would consider unfair because they, try to advertise this as kind of natural ale. But I'll come back to this and see, what I can grade this as. So I'm back. Well, for the beer, it didn't impress me much, as you've probably guessed in the beginning, but at the same time, it's not bad. My reason is that they didn't quite accomplish the goal they set for this beer, saying there's one beer that actually has flavour. But at the same time, it's not entirely bad. It's certainly natural kind of tasting. At the same time, it has a nice drinkability if you like light beers. For my part, I'm entirely not a fan of light beers. It's actually funny because this is 4%, considered light beer, just like Coors Light, Bud Light, things like that. But at the same time, if you take Guinness Draft, which is 4.2%, it's almost really similar in terms of ABV, but at the same time, Guinness has so much more flavour, so much more complexity than this. It kind of surprises me how they, consider this a light beer, but if you take the flavour, it's just not comparable. But overall, has a very faint kind of hoppiness, and slightly, tart, kind of apple, lemon, maybe. It's very slight, it's very subtle, but still quite nice overall, the flavour. And then there's no real aftertaste in this beer, just like in many light beers. So I guess for the people who live in Ontario, this is a good alternative for all the American, Canadian macro light beers. Certainly better than that. I have to give them the credit for that. But at the same time, it wasn't entirely cheap. It was pretty expensive, I think. I paid about $2 for this bottle. I think it cost about $11 for a 6-pack. So that's probably reasonably more expensive than the macro light beers. But nevertheless, I'll give this a 3 out of 5. Why? Because this is not bad. This is kind of mediocre in terms of but for the style, for lager, I'm not considering the style as a lager, right? Even though it's light. For lager, this is not a failing grade, but at the same time, this is nothing impressive. It's quite vague in flavour. So yeah, give it one more sip. I guess this could make a good summer beer, but at the same time, why bother? Why even bother drinking this? I'd probably never pick up something like that for the summer. I'd probably drink some wheat beer or anything like that. So that was 3 out of 5 for Robert Simpson AntiGravity Light Ale from Barrie, Ontario. And thanks for watching. Come back later.